Imagine you're a single parent, exhausted but doing your best, when a knock at the door wakes you at 2 a.m. The world outside is dark and still, and your first thought is worry, who could possibly be out there at this hour? You shuffle toward the sound, half asleep, half alert. But when you open the door, you see her, shivering, gorgeous, eyes wide and full of something you can't name. And then she says it. For words that stop your heart, you feel familiar. For Daniel, that night started like any other. He had just managed to put his 8-year-old daughter Lily back to bed after she had another nightmare. Since losing his wife 3 years earlier, bedtime was often the hardest part. Her absence felt sharpest then. Daniel worked long hours at a repair shop, and though he was tired to the bone, he never let Lily feel unloved. He made pancakes on Sundays, helped her with homework, and carried the weight of 2 parents the best he could. But beneath his strong exterior lived a man quietly drowning in loneliness. The knock at 2 a.m. wasn't just a sound. It was the beginning of something Daniel never expected. When he opened the door and saw her tall, wrapped in a thin coat despite the cold, hair damp from mist, he didn't recognize her face. Yet when she whispered, "You feel familiar," it was as if the universe was reminding him of something forgotten. Her name was Elena. She looked lost but not dangerous, vulnerable but strangely confident in a way Daniel couldn't ignore. She explained she had been traveling back from visiting her sick mother. Her car had broken down on the empty road nearby, and in desperation she had followed the faint glow of his porch light. Daniel offered her a blanket and tea while she warmed up, though part of him hesitated. Inviting a stranger inside at that hour felt risky, but something in Elena's voice carried a sincerity he couldn't dismiss. As they sat across from each other at the kitchen table, the house still and quiet, they began to talk. Elena admitted she felt oddly safe with him, as though she had met him in another life. Daniel smiled politely, but deep down, he understood. He too felt a pull, a strange recognition he couldn't place. Over the next few weeks, Elena kept showing up in their lives. Daniel helped tow her car to the shop, and while waiting for the parts to arrive, she spent time with him and Lily. To his surprise, Lily adored her instantly. Elena had a way of making the little girl laugh, a lightness that Daniel hadn't seen in his daughter since her mother passed. And soon, their evenings shifted. No longer did Daniel feel like he was filling a void alone. Elena's presence softened the edges of their grief, but nothing worthwhile comes without challenges. Daniel struggled with guilt. Part of him felt that letting another woman into his heart was a betrayal of his late wife. At night, he'd sit awake, torn between the comfort Elena brought and the fear of forgetting the woman he once loved. Elena, too, carried scars. She revealed one night that she had left a relationship marked by betrayal, and trusting again terrified her. Both of them were afraid of loss, of disappointment, of starting over only to be broken again. The turning point came one stormy evening. The power went out, and Lily woke up crying. As Daniel rushed to calm her, Elena knelt down too, wrapping Lily in her arms and humming softly until the little girl's sobs subsided. Daniel watched silently, struck by the sight. In that dim glow of candlelight, he realized love wasn't about replacing what was lost. It was about finding someone willing to stand in the storm with you. Slowly, Daniel allowed himself to lean on Elena, and she let herself believe that maybe, this time, love wouldn't shatter her. Together they built small, steady moments, movie nights on the couch, cooking dinners side by side, sharing memories of the past while daring to dream of a future. Months later, on a quiet spring morning, Daniel found himself at the same kitchen table where it all began. He looked at Elena, her laughter filling the room as Lily braided her hair, and he whispered to himself, "Familiar." Now he understood. That night at 2 a.m., Elena hadn't just been a stranger at his door. She had been the missing piece life had been quietly preparing him for. And here's the message: sometimes the knocks in our lives come when we least expect them. They might look like trouble, inconvenience, or even a risk. But if we have the courage to open the door, to listen, to trust, those moments can lead us to healing, to second chances, and to love we thought we'd never find again. So when life knocks unexpectedly, don't be too quick to turn it away. It might just be your heart's way of saying, "You feel familiar."